Hey guys, welcome back to the TSL. You're listening to Vol. Again, we are in the round of 32 stage, and this is game 2 between Dreiven and... this is game 1 between Dreiven and Advocate. Advocate spawning as the purple Terran at the 3 o'clock position, and Dreiven as the orange protoss at the 6 or 7 o'clock position. This is longinus, the first map. The TSL is being played over 3 maps only. That is the... let's see, it's Longinus, Bluestorm, and then Zodiac if there's a game 3 for any of the best of 3 matches. And just once again to remind people that Rage and Chill were shoutcasting this game live. I was not, but I will now be doing VOD commentaries on them and posting them for those of you who missed the casts. So Strelic, sorry, not Strelic. Strelic's one of my favourite players. He is in the TSL, but he's not in this game. It's Advocate, RoX.advokate, also known as A2 in this game, and he's putting down a supply depot in the choke, so barracks as well now, probably looking to wall off that entire choke, just to perhaps prevent Dreiven from seeing what he's doing and maybe putting down a command center or even going for a 2-fact push, depending on what he has in mind. Dreiven scouting up the top left, going up to the 11 o'clock position and seeing nothing's there, so he's immediately changing directions and heading over to where Advocate is currently. Advocate bringing in another SCV. I don't think he'll be putting down a supply depot. It looks like he wants to scout because he hasn't sounded a scout yet, and a bit of a late scout there by Advocate, but because he's walling in, he is looking like he's pretty confident as to what's going to be coming at him. Isn't too worried about any kind of harass or anything like that. Dreiven now arriving with his probe. I'm just wondering if Advocate's can be able to build a supply depot in the gap, and no, he didn't. Advocate instead building a factory straight away before second supply depot, so really wants to get that factory out fairly quickly. Here comes the second SCV now, probably to build a... No, he's just deciding to try and chase off that probe. What he wants to do is get a supply depot, and there it is now, just in case like a zealot shows up or something like that. But it's there now. But unfortunately, the probe is already inside his base, so the probe is going to see what's going on. Meanwhile, Advocate's actually got an SCV in Dreiven space, so he will see the 2-gate, he will see the Dragoon range upgrading there. So both players for this game have a fairly good idea of what each other are doing, and that's going to make it a very different kind of game. Putting a pylon down just where the factory shop is going to be produced, so having to lift off that factory, just slowing it down a bit further. I guess that sort of does make up for the fact that Advocate got the factory before the second supply depot went down. It's being lifted off and produced now, so just a little bit of an annoying thing. Third supply depot going down. The probe has finally been destroyed, so Advocate is now free to either put down a command center or maybe some more factories without Dreiven seeing it. But Dreiven has now showed up with a single Dragoon and is harassing, actually attacking that supply depot. Is starting to burn now. SCV is coming in to repair it. Dreiven just being really annoying with that Dragoon and just sniping off Marines. He's got 1 Marine already. Advocate, remember, has only built 2 Marines. He's only got 1 left. A second Dragoon showing up. Still just sniping at these SCVs. Just really, really precise kind of control here from the Dragoons. And these SCVs are just being forced to hang around and repair and get in range of the shots. The second Marine's been destroyed. Third Dragoon has shown up, and finally we've got a tank out, so this tank hopefully will be able to get rid of these Dragoons. Both players having to micromanage fairly intensely. Dragoons now switching their targets to the barracks just to perhaps bait the tank and bring the tank over, and now the Dragoons are moving in and actually sniping the tank. The Dragoons are in range of that tank, so got a couple of hits off it, but the Advocate being quick to repair it. But the problem is the Advocate has to choose between repairing the tank and the buildings. Dragoons coming in now, and Dragoons, actually one of the Dragoons is in range of the tank. The tank's taking hits, the tank is probably going to go down unless some SCVs come to repair it. But siege mode has been researched and they're being destroyed. Oh my god, the tank has been taken down. Another Dragoon taken down. So the SCV is having to repair the barracks because the barracks is nearly destroyed. That tank actually is in range of the Dragoon again. It's taken out the Dragoon that was in range of it, but repairing is definitely vital at this point because That barracks is nearly destroyed. Tank unsieging and sieging again in range, but Dreiven actually moving in close and now taking out the tank. This is turning out to be a crazy micromanagement battle right here. I think Dreiven should be able to be forced back thanks to the tank siege mode, but not without doing a serious amount of harassment here to Advocate. And oh my god, if he's careful, that barracks is going to go down. SCV is repairing it just in the nick of time. Oh my god, wow. Advocate being really pressed just to micromanagement as well as he can, and 2 factories going down, so 2 more factories. In fact, he's got a grand total of 3 factories all up, so very aggressive play by Advocate. I guess this is because he's probably think that he's tricked Dreiven into assuming that there's going to be a fast expansion. Dreiven, in fact, has got his own expansion, is possibly going for a 3rd base right now, bringing this probe up to the island expansion at the 6 o'clock, maybe perhaps let's call it the 4 o'clock position. With these two extra factories being created now, we're going to be seeing some vultures. That barracks is still burning down, so I'm just a bit worried that Advocate will forget about it and then it'll be gone. SCV coming in now just to repair the tanks. We've still got an SCV in Dreiven's base, so that SCV is going to scout out the robotics facility. He's probably going to have seen that there's a nexus there, so a good scouting effort by Advocate. Probes being transferred across. But I'm just worried about this push because Advocate's going to have 3 factories and he's going to push out fairly shortly, and it's going to be quite an intense push. And Dreiven may not actually have enough troops to defend this. Tanks moving out now, so tanks getting ready to attack. The Dragoons coming in immediately to snipe one of the tanks, but they've lost one of their number already. So the tanks look like they're going to be pretty brutal at this point. Siege going down, so those Dragoons better run if they know what's good to them.